advice that you might want to take. Another one, not so good advice. The other person, the third person, is going to give you advice that's probably so bad that it may land you a spot in prison. Okay? So don't take that, okay? Tommy, he's going to be our host for this show. So this is Good Bad Advice. After a warm round of applause. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining the show. I'm your host, John Bakestown. Now, for all you out there with issues and problems like I do, you want advice, don't you? Well, why don't you just call in and we'll do the best we can to give you the best advice. Oh, yes. Yes, you all need advice.
Excuse me. Supposed to introduce us first.
Sorry, sometimes I get mixed up looking at my muscles. Now, young thing, what is your name? Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Piglet. This is what happens when a certain yellow bear starts paying a little too much attention to his honey.
Piglet will give you the best advice he can through his adventures. Now, I'd like to know your name for the audience, please.
Whoa, it's John Johnson, Sigma Sigma Delta House.
I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. He will do the best he can to give you advice without getting you shot. Now, I'd like to know your name, please.
Pikachu!
That's good, because I was going to choose you anyway. So why don't we get you guys some advice? You, young lady.
Okay, so I'm trying to make dinner for my family, but I need tortured souls to be innocent.
She has a problem. She needs tortured souls. What is your advice for you?
Okay, next translation, 2000. What you need to do is you need to catch them all.
Alright, that's some good advice. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Why don't you go ahead and tell us?
My bro, Tony, totally hooked you up.
I'm going to need that number too. Now, last but not least, Piglet, don't yell at me, but I'd like to know your opinion.
There it is, take it.
I'm failing all my classes. How am I going to graduate?
She's failing. What's she going to do?
Pika, 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 Pika. You captured the Pokemon that helps you with good grades.
Mr. Martin. Go ahead.
Just get your rich dad to pay off all the teachers. That's the word for me.
It works when your parents sell weed. Now, Woodchop, I'd like to know what you think about that.
What are you gonna do? Gonna drop out of school, gonna grab a shotgun and go bear hunting.
Yes, you. I hate you.
There's this guy who thinks he's my friend.
We're not friends!
Pika, Pika. You challenge him to a Pokemon battle.
Do you live, bro? Come on, just fight him.
Now, the black suit with 5 points, and the pink part with 10 points.
So your team is up. A 5-5. And because I'm a little biased, I'm going to let you guys play 3 things. Okay? So first off, who would you like to send out of the room?
Who feels like taking the field? Go, Greg.
All right, everyone say again, you're Greg. Yeah! Okay, so here's the way 3 things work. Here's the way 3 things work, and you guys are gonna have to remember to write this stuff down. And you guys back here, you guys get whiteboards. Okay, so here's how 3 things work, okay? Greg is outside. He can't hear us, okay? So we're going to need to get 3 different situations, okay? Folks, let's get a sport.
Soccer.
All right, hockey. Okay? Now let's get a hobby that you've always wanted to do, but you never had to do. And the ping hogs have to get Greg to guess what each of those activities is without showing him what to do. But see, Greg, he's really good at this, okay? So let's change that up a bit, okay? Instead of a hockey stick, what is he using to hit the puck? I hope water.
Baseball bat. Baseball bat.
And then instead of who's his opponents? Let's get a historical group of people. Okay, so that's hockey. Next, yoga. Instead of a yoga mat, what is he performing yoga? Sweaty socks. So instead of a yoga mat, he's performing yoga on sweaty socks. And who is Greg? Let's get an actual actress that hasn't been on So instead of the toilet, what is he cleaning? Something that you don't normally clean. A what? A corpse. He's cleaning a body. Okay? And then instead of the soap, what is he using? Okay, so here's how 3 things works, okay? We're going to bring Greg back in here. And the pink hogs, they're going to make Greg guess what each of these activities are and what's changed about it, okay? Well, whenever Greg walks in here and he gets what... Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, the pink colleagues, they're going to try and tell Greg all of these things, but they can't use English. They can only use gibberish and pantomime. Okay? We're going to make this tough one, really tough. Okay? In fact, if Greg gets any of them, I'll be shocked. So they can only use gibberish and pantomime to get Greg to guess these. Also, after each event, after each thing, we're going to allow Greg to guess what each of them was. Okay? If he guesses correctly, we're going to give him level 10 applause like nobody's business. Okay? So let's try that. Level 10 applause. But if he doesn't get it in the likely event, we believe in negative reinforcement. So what we're going to do is we're going to clap our hands, but right before we get to the climax, we're going to point, we're going to say, moron. Okay, so everyone practice that. Moron! Okay, yeah, we're going to make Greg try. So with everyone that Greg gets correct, we're going to give them 2 points. We're going to give them 2 points. Now, because this is such a difficult game, we're going to allow the pink hosts to choose which order they'd like to perform these in. So, Hunter, step forward and what order are you guys in?
So we'll start with the yoga, because I hate yoga, so let's get that over with. Cleaning the toilets, I never did that, so I guess we'll do that second. And then hockey. Hockey! Yeah. So,
Okay, alright, terrific. As you can see, these guys, they got nothing to do. So what they're going to do is they're going to explain, they're going to write down what the next thing is on that whiteboard, and they're going to show it to you, okay, before we transition to the next one. Okay, also, one last note, they only have about 2.5 minutes to show Greg all these 3 things. Now, after each thing is shown, I'm going to stop the clock and I'm going to allow Greg to answer what it is. But for all 3 things, they got a total of 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you guys what the first thing is first, and that is yoga. And instead of the yoga mat, he's performing yoga on sweaty socks, and he is Christopher Columbus. For the next 2 times, they're going to show you what it is. So now let's call Greg in with a big, hey, get back in here on the count of 3, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Hey, get back in here! Give him a round of applause.
It's sewage.
So you guys have pulled up a long time on the clock. So you guys only have about like 25, 27 seconds left. Tommy, go ahead and show us what that last clue is.
Instead of a hockey stick, it's a watermelon. My opponents are Palumpas. They're resting now. They know what their mistakes are. And, you know, they're ready. They're